A rocket is a missile, spaceship, aircraft, vehicle, or other object that receives thrust from a rocket engine, from the Italian rocchetto, meaning bobbin/spool. The sole source of propellant used in rocket engines is carried inside the rocket itself. Because they propel themselves forward by rapidly ejecting exhaust in the opposite direction, rocket engines may operate in the vacuum of space. They operate on the action-reaction principle. In fact, rockets perform better in space's vacuum than they do in an atmosphere. Because multi-stage rockets can reach Earth's escape velocity, their maximum altitude is virtually limitless. Rockets are more powerful, light, and able to produce significant accelerations than air-breathing engines. Rockets use momentum, airfoils, auxiliary reaction engines, gimbaled thrust, momentum wheels, exhaust stream deflection, propellant flow, spin, or gravity to regulate their trajectory. At least since 13th century China, rockets have been used for both military and civilian purposes. The space age, which included landing on the Moon, did not begin to see significant scientific, interplanetary, or industrial usage until the 20th century, when rocketry became the enabling technology. Today, rockets are utilized as launchers for artificial satellites, manned spaceflight, ejection seats, fireworks, missiles, and other weapons. The most prevalent kind of high-power rocket is a chemical rocket, which typically burns fuel with an oxidizer to produce a high-speed exhaust. The fuel can be stored as a simple pressurized gas, a single liquid fuel that dissociates in the presence of a catalyst, monopropellant, two liquids that spontaneously react upon contact, hypergolic propellants, two liquids that require ignition to react, like kerosene, RP1, and liquid oxygen, which are used in the majority of liquid propellant rockets, a solid fuel and oxidizer combination, solid fuel, or solid fuel with liquid or gas, hybrid propellant system. Chemical rockets can be extremely dangerous because they store a lot of energy in a form that is simple to unleash. However, dangers can be reduced through careful design, testing, construction, and use. By the 13th century, the Song dynasty in medieval China had developed the first gunpowder-powered rockets. At this time, they also created an early version of MLRS. Invasion by the Mongols into the Middle East and Europe in the middle of the 13th century resulted in the adoption of Chinese rocket technology. An account from 1264 that describes how the ground rat, a particular kind of firework, alarmed the Empress Mother Gongxing at a feast hosted in her honor by her son the Emperor Lizong, makes allusion to internal combustion rocket propulsion. The military manual Helongjing, often known as the Fire Drake Manual and written by the Chinese artillery officer Jiao Yu in the middle of the 14th century, later included rockets. The first multi-stage rocket, known as the Fire Dragon issuing from the ocean, Huo Long Chu Shui, is mentioned in this book and is believed to have been utilized by the Chinese Navy.